So what was it that you were saying about our platform?
I like how you just go to the jugular. I was just saying that it's so easy to use. It's one of those things that it seems complicated and it's kind of out there, but it's so easy to use. Steve and Mary, they're so great. Their hands-on approach is out of this world. I mean, we wouldn't have as much success if you guys hadn't offered so much support to what our business goals are, and then also helping us work through some of those technical issues that are just gonna happen.
They come up, right?
And so you're able to help us in real time. When we're having those meltdowns from guests who are like, I can't text in, and it's like, okay, well, let me look at what's going on. So it just, it's a team effort, but it also helped us use the platform more because it was so easy to use.
Awesome. Well, it really meant a lot to me when you said you appreciated that we picked up the phone.
Yes.
A lot of tech companies will put you through, a long, support center, take out a ticket,
right,
submit your thing, get an answer in 24 hours. But we're impatient. We know, we're a small company, so we know when we have a problem, we want someone to pick up the phone and say, oh, you just do this.
Right.
Okay, so if we can take care of it like that,
yep,
it's going to make both our lives easier because we know you're going to be happy, we're going to be the issue is resolved and done. And usually it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot to save this.
Right.
Or, oh, I forgot to click this button,
yes,
or whatever. And it's like, oh, no problem, we'll do it for you. And and that's what we found working with the military, working with schools, mm-hmm, working with cities. They're so used to bureaucracy, mm-hmm, that I think it's a breath of fresh air when
right,
they realize that they're actually humans on a team that want them to be successful.
Right.
And so thank you for complimenting us on that because we do take pride in that. Mm-hmm. And when people notice, that makes us happy.
Right. Yeah.
So why did you decide to use text marketing for your business?
We wanted to have more of a personal touch when it came to marketing and asking people to come visit our restaurants. And so we thought that text message marketing was a good opportunity for just that.
Cool. And I know you've built quite a large list over the years, but how did you get started? How did you entice people to want to opt in with a keyword to get on a list? How did you start?
We put an offer out on social media that asked people that invited people to receive, exclusive offers by being in this, our database.
Awesome. So you made it super easy for them just to be able to opt in. And you were able also to separate your databases by store, right? Like different keywords for different stores so you could send appropriate messages?
Correct. Yes. We had, we sold Mexican food. So, the one item for our restaurant was our burritos, the famous burritos. And so we would always have the keyword. The first half of the keyword would be the word burrito, mm-hmm, and then the second half would be the store number.
Awesome. So you could actually send out a promotion just to a specific store or zip code to drive people back to that store for an opening or a special or something?
Correct.
Awesome. And did you always promote text? I mean, obviously you didn't start it since the beginning of time, but when you decided to start using it, how did you first start using it to kind of get the word out?
We started using it when we opened our newest location. Each new location had an opportunity for people to visit the store before it was opened, and so we would send out a text message based on that list that we had curated from social media, and we invited people to participate in what we called a mock open.
Neat. Like a pre-grand opening.
Right.
Awesome.
And so they were able to be notified via text message to come into the restaurant for a certain period of time, try our food for free on us, and to help train our staff.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. And you kind of had a barrage. In fact, you said that you had so many people come in that the operations managers were like, what?
Exactly. They were so overwhelmed. But it was a true testament to the viral nature of text messaging and just the fact that we created such a excitement and an exclusive offer.
Yeah, like a buzz was about.
Exactly. And people came in excited. They showed us their text messages. They wanted to know how, if they didn't have the text message, they wanted to know how they could get the text message. And so we had people, without even putting an offer out, trying to get opted into the text message database so they could in the future receive notifications, exclusive notifications about that location.
Oh, that's awesome. Typically, restaurants use like table tents, posters, mailers, social media platforms. They're obviously the website like you did. What did you find was the most successful? What helped you get the word out about texting the best?
Probably social media to get people to opt in to our database. If we wanted people to, if we didn't have a new store opening, during those periods of time, we would have table tents out, which, included an incentive, usually like a coupon for a free item or a discount. And then we'd also have like in-store posters that we would hang in each restaurant and, displaying the keyword and the short code, and then instructions or a call to action to, if they had any questions, to ask the cashier. And each cashier or all the front of the house staff was trained on how to help a guest out with opting into a text message database.
Nice. And so there was like kind of almost like a protocol.
Exactly.
So how it was supposed to do.
If it's too complicated for somebody to repeat, if it's too hard for someone to understand how to participate, it's not going to be successful.
It's not going to work, no. So I think the lesson there is keep it simple, right?
Exactly.
The whole KISS method.
Yes. Yes.
Right. And so I think sometimes we overthink things and think, oh, we'll put this spin on it, this spin on it. But the easy and the most awesome part about, and what's brilliant about Brilliant Mobile, is that if you do something very simple, here's a keyword, you do this and get that, right? You opt in with a keyword, you're going to get this back. And I think a lot of people think that they have to give away the store. But I think when people have just like a chance to win. So if you have, 10,000 people on your list and only one person will, has a chance to win $50 gift card, oh my gosh, people will do whatever they can to get that $50 gift card. But only one in 10,000 will win it. So the store is not going to be out a lot of money, but it gives the perception that, oh my gosh, I have a chance to win $50.
Yep. Yeah. Especially if they're loyal to your brand or loyal to your company. They're going to be just excited the fact that they're included and they're receiving text messages from their favorite restaurant.
Right. Yeah, it becomes almost a cult following.
Exactly.
And that's how you guys built up. You have over 70,000 people on your list. And this is a small hometown. I mean, you guys have grown, but really, like, how many stores do you have now total? Is there 17 or 24? Wow, 24 stores.
Yes.
That is crazy. So what other forms of marketing were used aside from getting opt-ins? Like you've done a lot of social media. You've done, I think obviously you have a website. What other forms of marketing do you use as a restaurant?
We do some direct mail pieces. We do have, but as far as, promoting our text message database, we do have, when you have your POS system receipts should have an area that can give you can give your guest, options or more information. So
so you promoted it on the receipt.
Yes.
Oh,
so
that's a great idea.
We had the keyword per store listed on the receipt. So so the guest could find it, or the employee cashier could circle it and, point that out for the guest if they, just as a last reminder, like, hey, by the way, since while you wait for your food, why don't you just go ahead and text in? And, for this period of time, we're offering for everybody who texts in gets a coupon for a free burrito. Awesome.
So it's almost like a bounce back coupon.
Yes,
right?
A bounce back.
Exactly. So they bounce it right back to the store, which is great. Yeah, because that's what return guests. You spend all your money on getting new guests. That's a lot of outcome, or outlay. Is that the right word?
Right.
But when you can get loyal customers to come back,
right,
you're spending less per person. That's awesome.
we wanted to keep it very exclusive and reward mainly the people who opted in, and were kind of our loyal, our loyal following.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was definitely something that once you opted in, we wanted to make sure that there was value in that.
That's
and
awesome.
So we didn't spend a lot of effort on getting totally new customers, but we wanted to gain new customers for those certain restaurants, creating that fan base around that restaurant, and then, rewarding that group, that fan base.
Right. The raving loyal fans.
Right, exactly.
Right. Because it is
coupon.
definitely like in this area, like when people go away to college, they have their parents mail them one of your burritos.
Exactly.
Right.
Or they take them back to, I met a family that was traveling back to Oklahoma, and they were in the restaurant, and they had their cooler and they had their foil, and they had ordered I think 30 burritos, and they were taking them back to Oklahoma to freeze them.
Wow.
And I can't tell you how many people I would get so many emails like, how many stores do you have now, and when are you guys starting to ship your burritos?
Wow.
So
wow, that's awesome. That is amazing. What was the main thrust behind all of your all-encompassing marketing efforts? Was it to get cheeks and seats? Was it to increase your catering business? Was it what was the main thrust?
It was, yes, definitely to get butts and seats. Get people on that door eating at our restaurant. Of course, all of the efforts that you spend, the direct mail pieces, social media campaigns, text messaging, marketing, all that is to, at least for Miguel's Jr., it was to get people into our restaurants. So it's always that end result.
Right. You want the store full.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, the owner, you have to make your owners happy.
Right.
And the owners are happy when the store is busy.
Yes.
Operations might not be happy, but the owners are happy. So
that's right, because the operations actually has to make the burritos, serve the burritos, clean up the burritos. I love it. What do you feel about text marketing in general? What do you feel like? Is it something that you think will continue as a trend? Do you think it's seen, there's an end game? What was your feeling about text marketing?
I love text message marketing. I think it's part of social media. I feel like it's a more personable approach to marketing to people. The idea is to create this following, and if you already have a following of loyal customers, why not reach out to them and reward them with something good by being able to tap into. But the exchange is you get their phone number, and they get that special incentive to come into your restaurant and to speak good things about your company or your brand or your food or whatever. But also, I think people are always on their phones, and it's more likely that you're invading their personal space, so they're going to pay attention to that ding on their phone than that coupon in the mail. So, but it's still important to do everything. But, if you have, like Miguel's Jr., it was so many people who were just hungry to take ownership, hungry to participate, hungry to show up and be a part of, helping the brand grow. So it was like rewarding that loyalty.
I love it. That's awesome. And something too that I think one thing that text marketing has a benefit is that the little phone they carry around with them is such a personal device.
Yep.
And if we give permission to someone to, as you said, invade their privacy with a text message, it's because they've given you permission to do so because they value what that product is. They value those burritos. They value that they know they can get a good meal for a good price and their family will be happy. And if they can save a couple bucks, awesome. And if they have to make a choice of where to go to lunch and they received a text like, oh, yeah, let's go to Miguel's.
Right.
I have $1 off. I'm going to go to Miguel's versus that other coupon I might have waiting in my mailbox that I forgot, so I'm not going to go there.
Right.
I have this on me.
Right.
So I'm going to go do that.
And I also think that, if you're giving, you're going to spend so little up front for a bigger return. You have to think of that end goal. It's like, if I give $1 off a drink or if I offer a free drink, that person's going to come into my restaurant for that offer, but they're probably going to spend more money. They're probably going to buy a burrito, or if they buy the burrito and you offer a side of free chips or whatever that product is, they're probably more likely to kind of come in because they have something for free.
You might bring a friend or a family.
Or, or the call to action might be, bring your friend and your friend eats free. Or it might be, $2 off your entire meal. And, or it might be, show this coupon and your meal's paid for, or your meal's on us, or try this new product, or we're testing out lemonade, or we're testing out horchata. It's free today, So it's inviting people in to participate in a product rollout, or inviting them to share your love of the brand with a friend, basically.
Right, shareable coupons, right?
Creating that buzz around, or that, like you said, like you get that notification about Miguel's Jr. You might not be thinking about food at 10 a.m., but you're going to be thinking about food at 12 a.m.
Right.
But we're going to send you a text message at 10 a.m. to remind you to come into Miguel's Jr.
Yeah, you're going to be hungry in a couple hours, right? The other thing I'm reminded about today is like Facebook and Instagram went out.
Yep.
And people get all mad, but guess what? We don't own Facebook or Instagram. We just use their platform to promote our services, right?
Right.
So it's really important that we engage with our customers and then pull them offline.
Right.
So when you can get someone to text in or give you their email, which our system does both, it actually collects both. You now have captured that data offline. They're not going to change their phone number.
Nope.
The old days, they used to change phone numbers all the time. Now nobody changes their phone number. So you now have access to that customer to the palm of their hand, like anywhere they're at. They don't have to go on social media, especially if it's down. Your message is not getting out.
Right.
No matter how many Facebook ads, if it's down, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
So by owning that list and knowing that I have, like right now, you guys have 70,000 people, individuals who are hungry.
Yep.
And you need to get their butts back in that store. Right. No, and you guys are, a young company. But the fact that this town has 130,000 people who live in it.
Right.
And you have basically half.
Yes.
Of them in your database. All separated out by which store they like to eat at.
Right.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
Half of an entire town.
Right.
Is on your... I mean, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're the reason that these people now are rabid fans, because they know that they are going to get a text. They're so excited. Like at Christmas time, you guys send out the tamales because, Mary makes tamales every Christmas. And it's like, oh my gosh, they can't wait.
Yeah.
And the minute that text message went out that says, we have tamales for a limited time only, come in and order your tamales. Oh my gosh, there was like a rush because they weren't checking their email. They weren't checking their mailbox. They weren't checking, so they knew that they got that. They're going to go in and get it now because of that scarcity.
Right.
They knew they would run out of those tamales.
The urgent communication about the scarcity of the product. Yeah, it's just probably
brilliant.
Delivered.
Absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you here today, and hopefully this sounds good.
It sounds fine.
Yes. Awesome. All right. Thanks so much for being a loyal Brilliant Mobile fan.
Of course.